is 11 minutes past 12, and you are definitely listening to the Edge right here on Evogue Radio. We control the culture. Sanbonane makaya dumela ngogaya nakalibitso ke nagalaletsa modumo ngwanyana wa Motswana wa bolela ka di mpamgaitso ka gana ke re tshia senna mjapere. And we're taking ke hi today khushu come studio cause we're taking khwashesa khwababa. We are not alone, and obviously we, you have to understand that we are not alone. Because obviously I've got the king in the jungle, Madame so and so.
And we have another king in the jungle. It is, and as the thick chick with the deep voice, guys, you do not want to miss today's show. I hope you're tuned in. Please do tell Mike, Ogutsi, the Edge is definitely on.
Most definitely. And with this weather, make sure you do go cop yourself a drink, Utelis Puzane, and catch a seat, man, because I'm your homie Jiggy T, coming through to kick you game for free, aka the streets journalist. Great day today. Woke up listening to Flame special edition, his Clouds EP. That left me on top, so
of course. Yeah, it's only you, Jiggy.
I think it's only the energies.
Only you.
Energies. And of course, we did mention that we have a special guest in the building.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Tifu Mamaila, and aka the Chocolate Man, I guess.
That's the Chocolate Man, guys.
But that is my handle on IG. I'm not really on Twitter, or Twitter is just personal for me, like I just like Twitter for myself and all my nerdy things. But I am also on YouTube as well. I just jumped onto YouTube, and there's a lot that I want to talk about today.
There's a lot that he definitely wants to talk about today, trust.
But let's let people now, settle down.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And that was Migos. Bonabati Kakun also played you at Sharon. It is exactly 18 minutes past 12. And yes, it is a time for that hour. We'll be talking about Umcholo.
You are not ready. So we're just going to delve into the topic of relationships today, right, guys? Today I want us to have a different approach to this interview. I don't want it to be like an interview like that, but I want it to be a conversation that we have about relationships. I'm doing this because I know certain questions will be evoked from the statements that you're going to be giving us, right?
Definitely.
You understand?
Yeah. So it's more so a therapeutic.
You understand? Because it's Akoisha, man.
We're going through a lot.
I'm trying to retire from that life.
What? So kind of like maybe not really at the peak of giving up, but just there giving up, but not at the peak as yet.
Actually,
guys,
that's a good point, because like I kind of gave up. Like I really gave up when it came to Mjolo, and so like I was like, you know what? Let me actually stop this thing of whatever girl comes, figure. I was like, nah, actually, you have to come with the right energy from jump. I'm gonna give you the right energy from jump. If you can't maintain your energy, let's call it quits. Because I've seen like a lot of people are so inconsistent, but they act like, oh no, I want a man who can do this, who can do that. And it's like, cool, let me be that man for you. I will be that guy for you. But now when it comes to like what I want, and I feel like every time I wanted something from a woman, it just became, it's like, no, you can't do this, or it's like women, it's just like men like,
the energy you give out is not reciprocated
at all.
At
all. And what sucks is like you can be genuine, you can literally do everything by the book, but then you just get taken for a ride or taken for granted. And it's like, okay, what's the point of being a good guy if being a good guy gets you like mistreated? So it's like, now I even started to see like why a lot of people are toxic, why they don't actually want to even try be a good guy, because it's like, what's the point if you're going to be mistreated? So it's like, and it's even for women too. Like I've seen like there are some genuine good women out there, but because of like they passed with men, now there's even more walls up. Now it's like, you can see it's like coming from both sides, where it's like, hurt people are kind of like have their walls up, but now they want to be vulnerable, but they can't be vulnerable because they're scared to be.
They don't want to let you in. They don't want to let you in.
Is like, if you're not vulnerable, you're not going to have a grand relationship. Because how can you like literally say you love someone, all of this stuff, but then it's like, I can't really show you too much love. I can't, spoil you, this or that. Men don't even get spoiled to begin with. For me personally, like I said, like, it's bad. You guys should actually like watch like the episode of The Boyfriends where on my IG, where I actually like I brought my close friends with me, and I actually
wanted a theory of you. I saw.
Yeah, I wanted to actually ask them, guys, what gifts like did you get from Hans? And like my one friend said he got Vaseline. My other friend said, like, how do you get someone Vaseline and think that, oh no, it's special? Even like the story like behind it was whack. So it's like some women actually don't actually really care about their men or take care of their men, and it's like, you kind of, to rehabilitate men, I feel like we have to first make them vulnerable, you know. And then now, once you have a vulnerable man, like, then it's like, cool, maybe he can learn how to be loving properly and really understand a woman from like a woman's perspective. It's like, it actually gets very deep, because men actually need to understand like women from a deeper level and not just like sexually. Like, we have to actually experience women from like a friendship point of view, so we can actually understand their struggles and not already have like all of this like, nah, I'm not gonna help no bitch. Like, you know how people are, like, they just don't cater for each other, man. And what's worse is, in a relationship, you're supposed to be partners, are we not? So
exactly.
So
I think my biggest problem is the entitlement that comes with relationships. It's just too much, guys.
Is it like what you've experienced like through men? Like, because it's always, people get it wrong. It's like, you have to actually know, like, for yourself, like what you've experienced, what you get from like your relationship, like from people, from the men that come into your life, from the women that come into your life. What do you keep like receiving? And then you can actually start to see a cycle, you know, whether like, if you're actually a good person, there are people who will take you for a ride. And it doesn't matter, because like, you can be sweet, you can be good looking, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's like, does someone actually respect you and listen to you and listen to like your love language, what you want, literally,
yes.
like, you know, like,
are you attentive when you listen to me?
Exactly. Are you attentive like when you listen to me? Because if you're not, what do you actually expect the outcome in your relationship to be? If someone continuously repeats themselves, if you actually don't hear each other, or all you do is argue, but you're not actually resolving anything. And on top of that, it even like takes a lot to resolve like fights and things. Like, there's so many things I actually wanted to give advice about, just like that too.
Alright, my doggy. So before you just continue, that was our expert, relationship expert, Tivu. So just to paint a picture like Picasso, bro. You delved into various things, dog, like as far as couples, let's just paint a picture like Picasso, my dog. So I'll take you back now. Start from, who are you, where are you from, and why this relationship thing?
Okay. So yeah, like I said, my name is Tivu Mamaila. Like, I was born in Venda, Thohoyandou. Then I actually came to like Joburg in like the 2000s. And then now, like, growing up in Joburg, you become a Joburger. But like, the interesting thing is, I realize I don't like being a Joburger. I don't like let's say like the North vibes, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, cause like really, I feel like, not to say it's like pretentious, but it's like, I don't get genuine personalities. Like, I feel like you can't really truly be yourself. Let's say if you're a nerd or you're creative, there's no space for that. It's more like, do you have money? Do you have this? Can you show off? Can you flex? And it's like, I really realized like a lot about myself. It's like, it's not who I am. I don't even like to have friends like that. Like, if you, the moment you flex, it's like, nah, not for me.
It's shy.
Yeah.
So I've just always been an artist, to be honest. Like, I'm an animator. Like, so like my goal is to actually create cartoons. But then I realized, like, you have to literally like be a lot to get anything started in South Africa to begin with, you know. Like, there's a lot of people who are so talented, but their talent just goes to the drain, because it's like, we don't care because you don't have enough followers. We don't care because you're not popular enough. And it's like, oh, okay, so then like, what must I actually become a popular person first to get my dreams on the go?
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks, because some people don't really want to be on the spotlight, because some people are genuine like introverts, and it's like, now you have to become an extrovert just to become successful.
Yeah.
So like, through that, I just studied animation, got like my first job, and then I learned, I was like, hey man, like, a small salary and a relationship does not go. And then you start like, you start to learn. It's like, hey, 10K is for one, it's not even for one person at this day and age, man. Like I remember. And then now, worse is like, when you're dating someone without money too, it's like, then it started to dawn on me. I was like, actually, you guys, like, the state of people in general, like, we can't even say men, like, women and men, especially like the black ones in South Africa, like, if you don't have a bag, it's like, what are you doing with your life? It's actually, because even you can't actually date without money, because, and this is actually what actually got to me the most, is like the standards for men and money compared to like women, and I do understand, like, for me, it's like, I want everyone, because it's actually, people don't actually understand that it's like men and women in South Africa who are black are struggling. That's where I want to start off with, right? So then now, for you to already, like, put this energy that a man must, a man this, a man, it's like, yo, I'm going through a lot already. Then I must still provide for you. On top of that, you say you're my partner. On top of that, you ain't got money, you ain't got this, you ain't got that. Then it's like, wait, but why am I in a relationship, you know? Then it like really dawned on me, like, a lot of people were in this position where literally it's like, I need to provide for my hunt, but I'm broke. So like now it's like a hunt's gonna put pressure on you, but it's like, how is that fair? Because if your partner is truly your partner and your teammate, shouldn't she like be helping you out? And even now that fear of like, no, don't build a man, all this, like, I build women too, dog. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you literally, it's not about like no, don't build a man. It's like, no, it's your partner, right? This is the person that I want to win because I love them, right? You even start to like learn about genuine love through that. So I was like, I learned that there isn't a lot of genuine love out there, and people actually date for the wrong intentions. They don't actually date to actually start a future with someone. And even knowing that when you're starting a future with someone, there's a lot that goes into it. There's their family, beyond money. Like even now, like I saw that
spirituality. There's just a lot that goes in,
and it's like, people don't even want to take their time to learn people slowly. I remember like every time I'd literally meet a girl, it's like, oh, when can we start dating? I was like, relax, I don't even know you. And then what the problem with that is, there's some people who have the most pent up demons in their like spirits. I don't know what, but they reveal those things later in the relationship, and it actually becomes a problem in your relationship. And the problem is you didn't take the time to learn that person, because some people genuinely need like long-term therapy to fix themselves and actually make themselves stable enough to actually
it's cool. So I'll just like to hold it there, bro. So for people out there listening who can check your Instagram and what you're actually talking about, give them the referrals while you go on an ad break, so they can see that you actually a verified unsolicited relationship
unsolicited
guy.
Unsolicited. Like that word, you said it to me 1,000 times.
But
this
YouTube,
morning,
he actually has that way he explains it, what it means. If you're wondering, please do make sure that you follow him.
So where can they actually check that, since we're going on an air break?
Sweet. So you can check me out on IG at the chocolate man. The you know, that chocolate with an 8 on it. And honestly, it's like you can find me on IGTV. Like all my good advice that I started with is there, and now I just started to branch onto YouTube. And on YouTube, it's Unsolicited ZA. And just type in Unsolicited, just try find me there, Tivu Mamaila. And now I'm just trying to build up the content for you guys.
And that is definitely Tivu Mamaila. Trust me, you do say a lot of things that are very educating. For me as a woman, I'm reflecting and seeing a lot of things that I'm like, oh, actually, you're right. You are so right.
Dude, you're not alone.
And we actually have people who want to talk to you. But it's just recapping.
Take a little bit of a breather,
when
guys.
we come back, we are definitely right on top of your voice notes. Oh yes, you are definitely listening to the Edge right here on Evogue Radio, and we definitely do have Mr. Nkosi Tivu Nkosi, right? Tivu Mamaila. Oh, yeah. Why am I getting Nkosi? Tivu Mamaila. We definitely do have Tivu Mamaila.
That's keeping you busy.
Yeah, no, you know what? I have a story about the Nkosi actually. And we definitely do have a voice note from our ages out there. Okay, we have a message from Utreva from East Rand. I would like to ask the guest, how long was his longest relationship, and if it's not the current one, why aren't they together anymore?
So actually the longest one actually is my current relationship, but before those the max was 2 years, because with me I can only suffer for so long before I realize I need to move on and someone actually doesn't respect me. Because you need respect in a relationship for it to be long term. You need peace. You need a lot of things. Because it's forever, dog, if you're taking it seriously. But if you're playing games, just don't waste your time. Like, don't waste people's time. And yeah.
Well, we have a voice note, Kwamanje. You're making me speechless.
Should these challenges that happened, Abu Silhouette, so on and so forth, constitute to a breakup or lead to people breaking up? I just want to know. Thank you. Bye.
So if someone had like a silhouette challenge, like your girlfriend, right? Yep. Oh, sorry about that. Personally, I feel like know your partner before you date them. Like, know if she's like a person who likes to like show off their body, because I feel like a lot of the silhouette challenge was like a lot of women also like discovering their confidence in themselves, because it's nice when everyone is like doing something, you know, and you don't feel like you're gonna get judged for it. And I loved how everyone had different body types. Like, it wasn't just like lean, sexy looking women, like, because all women are actually sexy in their own way when you really do think about it. Like, even appreciating like thick women, I was like, whoa, actually this challenge is actually going out there. And it was nice to see like that in its like entirety. But if you're gonna focus on your girl and you knew your girl was kind of like that person, I don't know. It's like, know who you're dating. You can't be angry if your girl was always like a revealing person or just like confident in themselves. And also just doing a challenge, like, was she doing a silhouette challenge to a specific guy? They're not understand. It's like, yo, why, you know?
Yeah.
But then now if she was just doing it for herself, I think respect that, you know, just respect that she was doing it for herself. Don't make everything about you.
Yeah. Because you're in a relationship together, it's meant to be a two-way street.
Yeah, it's a two-way street.
And we also have a very interesting question.
Yeah.
That I feel most people out there want to know, especially your followers.
Yeah.
So the question is, are you single?
No,
He just mentioned he's not single.
So no, I'm not single. I even think if I was single, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd date people. Like, people are scary, bro. Yo, people. I think I just been shown flames so much that it's like, I don't think I have, like, this is like the last relationship I have in me. Maybe I'll try at 40 when I'm like, I'm wrecked and I'm like, okay, you're not gonna do the right things. I'll just move on, you know. Like, I want peace.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, you spoke about women just demanding so much from men financially, you know, looking for stability from men. But there are also women who are actually willing to go
extra mile.
The extra mile for you.
And I love those women.
You understand?
Yeah.
And you find yourself in a position, as a woman, you find yourself in a position where now the man is insecure because they cannot provide. It's not your fault that he's probably going through a financial crisis, but he's making it your fault. He's making it seem like you're the one who's a gold digger. You're the one who's looking for a man that can provide for her. You understand? So how do you deal with that?
In my opinion, right? Like, let's say if a woman has like more money than me, right, and I'm struggling, men really have to grow up. I won't lie. Like, you have to start looking at life for real life and what it is. If you do not have money and there's someone who actually genuinely loves you and is willing to help you out while you're trying to get your life together, appreciate that. Because in this life, in this day and age after COVID, people don't care about each other, bro. And especially like when you don't have money, it's like, as a man, people don't care about a broke man, but you got a woman who actually cared about you in your broke state. Do you understand that is real love? That is actually real love. They're waiting for you. They're not putting, especially if they're not putting pressure on you. They understand your situation. Move and like appreciate that. Even tell your partner, thank you for being so supportive in my state, and work on yourself too, because I believe that both people need to be financially grand in a relationship for it to be just peaceful and unified. You have to both help each other out. Because what if she loses her job now? Now are we both screwed, or are we just going to quit and then look for other people who have it? You see what I'm saying? So everyone must just have their own financial independence in their relationship.
Okay.
It's very interesting.
But
and
now I want to ask them.
Yeah.
Let's say we've been broke together.
Yeah.
And now you become financially stable, and then I'm still unemployed. I'm not working. I have no source of income.
Yeah.
And then it comes to a point whereby I become too demanding of your money, because I feel like I've been there with you through your tough times. Now you have something. Can we at least share? Is it selfish of me, or?
No, it really isn't. Like I said, this is support. When I say what a partner is supposed to do, like if this is like trying to lead to marriage, think about it. You can't rely on your partner when you've been struggling. Like I said, a lot of people are unemployed right now, right? And now the fact that like if you can't see that like your partner needs help, they're gonna need this, they're gonna need that. Like it's on you. Also, like because I feel like ask for the right things too if you don't have stuff, because like some people only want to live a comfortable life, then they get comfortable. You also have to watch out for people who get comfortable not working. That's why I'm like, are you working on your hustle to get out of the situation, or are you comfortable in that situation? Because if you're comfortable in that situation, then I'd say tell them, communicate it through. If they continue to take you for granted, start saying, hey bro, I might chop this relationship. If they don't take that seriously, chop it.
That is so true. That is so true. And I want to play the last voice note.
Okay.
Hello. Hi. I love what you have for us today. So, I have a question for your relationship expert. With me in my relationship, it's not like there's doubts, Mare. I feel like love is fading away. How can we fix that? Because I don't want to leave this guy since we have a child together, and I don't want to raise a child with a stepdad and a stepmom. Like, I believe there's still a chance for us to fix. So what is it that Hyokai can recommend for me to do and keep this relationship going? This is Tembane from Midrand.
Tembane had to laugh.
Yeah,
She had to laugh.
Through the pain.
No, that's actually an amazing question, because I've actually realized it's romance. How is the romance in your relationship? Because I realized that, like, when I've hit a lot of rough spots in my relationship, that when it feels like the love is fading away, when we don't know like what's going on, it takes those like random dates, those special days where someone thought about you. Like that's where the love, when there's no romance, there kind of isn't like passion in the relationship. And I've learned that you need it from both sides, like, because also, like, I've been taken for a ride for a long time. Like, I've been like that guy who keeps being romantic but doesn't receive any romance in turn. Like, a lot of women expect guys to be the romantic like all the time, and it also gets tiring if you don't receive anything in return. So then now, like, I think if you yourself also are romantic and you've tried to communicate, because also the guy also has to be open to romance. A lot of men also aren't like open to romance, and it's not about the money you spend, it's literally about the quality time you spend with someone. Literally, like, you can go bowling, you can go to the arcade, you can try so many different activities that make you appreciate a person in a whole different light than to literally say, spend money on me to make me feel loved.
It's the thought. I know it's a very common cliche, but it's the thought that counts, actually.
So romance is the way to go if you want to feel the love in your relationship.
And that was Drake Ati Cry Now, Laugh Now, Cry Later. Oh, I'm so dry. Bantu. And we do definitely have Utivu Mamaila in the studio. Our definite love expert. Trust me, you are a love expert. Like, you tick all the boxes for me. You hit the spot. Yo, literally, I'm feeling speechless and hot at the same time.
Thank you.
It's like, why are you inside my head? Do you know?
And a lot of people actually say that when I just give them like genuine advice. I actually learned that I should actually be giving people advice, because a lot of people just don't have that person to talk to. Like,
please be the voice. Keep doing that.
I don't mind.
I feel like guys should definitely follow you.
I'm actually those are actually my target market. It's the guys, because guys need help when it comes to love. Like, it's very bad.
Hey, I don't know what y'all are saying, but regardless, dog, I have to say, it's a really great thing what you're doing, man. You're the voice of men out there, you know. I'm sure you have guys looking up to you, you know, who actually want to be Romeos out there, you know, because I think we as guys grow up with stigmas, you know, our old family stigmas that like a wife should like bow down and all that kind of shandies, you know. So you are the new age, but I want to ask you a personal question, because you did touch on romance before we went and listened to this dope song by Drizzy Drake and Lil Durk. So how content should you be with the amount of non-sexual affection in the relationship? Because you did mention that romance is a pivotal factor, right, in relationships. So how content should you be with non-sexual affections within the relationship?
I'm so glad you actually asked me this question, because literally, like, I think like this year I actually learned about like how important sex is and how it should not be the leading point in your relationship. That if sex was removed off the table, you actually still need to love your partner for who they are, right? I'm not saying that like now you mustn't get like any sex if you really do like sex. Like, they do have to meet you halfway, right? But sex is actually very complicated for a lot of people. It's not a very simple thing. And a lot of people like to simplify sex. It's very complicated. Some people have very dark histories with sex, and then now opening up isn't something that's actually comfortable for them. And some people, especially men, like, they actually don't realize that it's like, for women, it's like, hey, I didn't have a good like sexual experience when I was young, or this and that. We don't know a lot about this. So then now you as a partner, this is where it's like communication actually becomes the key, right? And also being patient about like how they feel and allowing them to open up, as long as you guys always meet each other halfway. Because if you don't meet each other halfway and someone's demanding sex, this, also I learned the dangers of solely relying on sex in a relationship is people who rely on sex in a relationship stay for sex, and then everything else in the relationship is trash.
Facts.
Like, that's what I learned. You can have the best amazing sex, but if that person sucks as a partner, like they will suck, and that sucks completely. So I don't know why you date for sex. I personally wouldn't date for sex. I wouldn't even put it in the table when we like starting, like, get to know people, get to know their demons and just how they are as a person. And I feel like that comfortable vulnerability that comes with that will literally unlock everything from that person, and then you guys can just gel and have a fun relationship.
That's dope. Then now you're talking about relationships, but to a brother out there or a sister out there like me who are single, you know, so how can you advise us in getting into relationships as an expert, you know, because these days a lot of us men out there come out too aggressive, you know. Nowadays you can't see a woman walking on the street then like grab her or make a whistle, you know, like the old stigmas I mentioned.
The
so
dynamics
like
have changed, actually.
so how can you actually like approach one another? And I did mention like male and female. I want to know like also the female part, because apparently girls just stare at you, and them staring at you means they love you, you know. So I want to know, like, if you're single, how do we go about?
So like, if you're single and a man, right, first of all, like, so I feel like you have to have very high standards to yourself before actually getting into a relationship, because when we don't know people already like prejudge us, right? And now you yourself, first of all, need to make sure that emotionally you are ready to handle a relationship, and financially you are ready to handle a relationship before you even like dive in, because some people just dive in, it's like, oh, I'm desperate for love, who's there, and a lot of people are like jumping on Tinder, just like doing that. Me personally, I've always loved like meeting people organically, you know,
old-fashioned,
you know,
the old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way for me has always worked, of just like running into someone and that energy and organicness from it. Like, you can really vibe like with that, and it does take a little simple hello or this and that, and you respond with body language. Like, because if someone actually likes you and wants to talk to you, that hi will lead to hey, and you can already see like that cherry little hey. But then now if you say hi and you get ignored, don't now continue to push. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of men think that we still need to push to get a woman's attention, and we don't. If a woman wants you and really wants you, she'll show it. She will literally, hey, where you been?
That's
like
the part I want.
Like,
also
you just just crushed my question. Like, you just literally crushed my question, because I wanted to say I love being pursued as a woman. Like, I love my man. Like, ask me out, come to me, be intentional. I love that. Be direct with me. But now, as a single person, and now you know you're interested in somebody, how do you maneuver around that? Like, as a female,
I will not lie to you, you have to get balls. Like, you have stop this shy thing, because even my partner didn't. She was the most shy person.
I don't react well to rejection.
I was genuinely, like, my partner is like one of the most shy people, but the fact that she got out of her shyness to talk to me and make sure, like, I'm gonna get my man. You see what I'm saying? It's on both sides.
Very direct.
Like, get your man, or someone will get your man. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's what you'll see him with another person, because you were too shy. And I won't lie, like, it's something that you have to work on your confidence as a woman, then, to be comfortable enough to speak to men just on a normal playing field, where it's like just hey, and just holding a conversation where he will pick up. I feel like guys don't mind picking up the conversation and talking, but at least have the courage to really just say hey, and then now maybe put in a bit of work. Like, I've had women putting in work to achieve me, and then that actually told me, like, actually no, I can't actually even settle for women who just want and demand. It's like, actually I'm actually worth it too. So it's like, it's you have to work.
Okay,
so
got it.
When you're a lady and then you have a crush on someone, have the balls to take your man, because honey, they want to take that man.
They'll snatch him.
And obviously, like you said, sex mustn't really be something that is dominant in the relationship, which is an aspect that we are definitely missing. And that was Chivu Mamaila.
Tibu with the V is a B, right?
Oh,
yes, I was
Tibu Mamaila, and then
shout out to my boy.
Definitely one femme, same blood. So that was Utibu Mamaila, and thank you for being an inspiration.
No,
Trust me. Thank you for talking.
Thank you for the
and then
advice.
for the advice, like showing us our wrongs as some people that we didn't see them.
Yeah.
So you really, really did speak to us.
Thank you for having me on the show. Like I've just been wanting to talk to people, but like, hey, like, you have to be cool, you have to be popular to talk.
Yeah.
I was like, guys, I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please do make sure that you interact with us on all our social media platforms. We are at Evogue on Twitter, Instagram, as well as Facebook.
Definitely. And you can leave also your handles again. Again, for someone who just tuned in.
Yes.
So yeah, on Instagram, I am the Chocolate Man. There's an 8 there. I think you'll figure out the pieces. But yeah, you can check out all my cool unsolicited stuff there. And I just recently started YouTube last week. I have 2 episodes there. There's one about tattoos and about literally my normal advice that I'll be giving, and I'm just gonna be pumping those out. I even started Patreon, but that's a whole nother thing. You know, I'm just trying to really pump in like enough money into this so I can really reach out to people, because the goal, when you watch my episode 1, you actually see what my goal is and my intention is to reach out to people who just haven't received good advice for a while or at all. So yeah, that's me. And it's unsolicited on YouTube. Unsolicited ZA, by the way. Yeah.
Unsolicited.
Yeah, unsolicited ZA.
The word, that's English. That is English.
Cool, I'm Chan.
It's cool, I'm Chan.